Okay, and welcome to another episode of Not So Christian Brothers. So it's two brothers, Justin Caffrey.
Hello.
You're very calm today, very quiet.
So, hello.
Oh, hey, Craig, and I'm Colm Hayes. Two brothers, same mother, same father, same district in North County Dublin, same sanctuary. Actually, same amount of organs, if you think about it.
As we stand.
As we stand, same amount of limbs. That's what brothers have. But I saw this article in the Daily Mail. It's a really interesting one. So the headline is, "My beloved little sister asked me to donate a kidney. I said no."
Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap on, strap in, for the not-so-Christian brothers.
Before we even go into that,
Okay, what do you need?
It's worth just reminding everybody that we are actually brothers, right? I know
Yeah.
you just skip through it there,
Yeah.
but we are brothers. You have a showbiz name,
Colm Hayes. Hello.
and Mr. Show Business.
Hello.
I'm not. I'm quite boring and benign, and I think the differences in our perspective is a lot of what makes this podcast different.
Yeah.
In terms of we're generationally different. You're a boomer. I'm
Boomer,
a
yeah.
Gen
Are you Gen Z? No, you're not Gen Z, are you?
Z.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you? Okay, Gen Z.
Gen Z. I'd love to say millennial. No, I'm a Gen Z.
Hello, Snowflake.
There's 12 or 13 years between us.
Yes.
13 years.
Between 12 and 13, we're not
Between 12
sure.
and 13 years. Not too sure. I say 13. He says 12.
Yeah.
So we come from very different careers, different backgrounds, and we like to try and find our way through some discussions.
Well, I think
And
because
arguments, maybe.
anything that comes up, we have a completely different view from it. We stand on different sides of the whatever you stand on different sides of, do you know?
Yeah.
The chasm.
Yeah.
Train tracks. Train tracks also good. Thank you, Tech Terry. So what do you want? What are you looking for? Which organ are you after?
I know how you live your life.
So you think I'm after your liver?
You're the last person, A, that I would want anything from.
Yeah.
And B, no, you can't have my liver.
Well, so shockingly, actually, if you want to go into my organs as such, the fact that they are still functioning fantastically, as a doctor recently said, after we shared a bottle of wine and a cigarette, she said, "This is just your organs are amazing. Everything's functioning perfectly."
Yeah, well, that's you and Donald Trump who make the claims about being fantastically healthy.
And he's still running around tweeting at 2:00 in the morning.
He's still running around. I mean,
If I ask you, can you donate? You can't donate a liver.
no, you only have one.
But you don't really use yours. Well, like you don't drink, all this wholesome food. You don't really know. Like you could use half of it.
Yeah, but no.
Well, George Best got a liver, didn't he?
He did, but I'd have to die for you to get me a liver. So, and in reality, I don't know if you can actually kind of bequeath your liver in the event of death. I think if
To
you're a
somebody.
donor, it's given up to the next available person on an operating table.
Oh, that's pretty good. You don't have it in your will.
Just put it on ice because I think my brother might need it at some point.
Yeah, I donate my liver to my brother.
Yeah,
Which
cheers.
is technically saying that you died before me, which proves that my organs are better, unless you got hit by a bus. What can you give me? So a kidney obviously is available, and we know loads of people, brothers and sisters who've donated kidneys to other people. I'm not a doctor, obviously, so does it mean because you're brother sister that your kidney will immediately fit into the other person?
Well, okay. So if I had a kidney issue
To spare. Oh, a issue. Sorry. Yeah.
and I needed a donation, and I said to you, look, I need your kidney. Would you give it to me?
Yeah. No.
There you go. So why are you asking me?
Let's move on. No, but I suppose, look, if it was a matter of life or death, no.
So I don't doubt that either. Like that's I know you well enough to know that you probably just wouldn't. I mean, you'd probably be distracted, and I mean, first of all, you probably wouldn't even text me back. So,
my God, thank you.
yeah, oh yeah, you
Thank
know what
you.
it's like,
Yeah.
right?
Thank
So
you.
I'd say, well, if it hasn't kind of impacted the bubble in which you exist in,
Yeah.
just be you're
But I mean,
a no
why
person.
why do you want to go around giving other people bits of your body? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so okay, if it was my children and they asked, no.
Well, there we have it, folks. You know,
if you're desperately in need of a kidney and I don't give you my kidney, I've two, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't, and both of them actually are functioning perfectly, and I don't give you a kidney. Does that mean you'll just be on a machine for the rest of your life, or will you die?
I'm not a medical doctor, and I don't have a kidney issue, so I'd have to be hypothetically answering those questions, which would be, I would assume if I'm asking you for a kidney, it would be at a point under which I may die.
Right. Okay.
So I don't think you can survive on dialysis for a long period of time, though. Either I think it's
Eventually runs out.
You're going to die.
Yeah.
I think it's a few years.
But what's in it for me?
Well, there you go. Now we're at the money point, right?
God, could you imagine? I have a price tag of my organs. What other organ can you give to somebody when you're still alive? It's just really the kidney, isn't it?
Pancreas?
No, I don't think you can give a pancreas. No, I think it's just the kidney.
A lung. You can donate a lung because you can live on one lung.
Getting a lung.
Your lungs, I have no idea how they work.
My lungs are absolutely clear and clean. I just wanted to Google the other organs I can give.
And how did they test how clear and clean they were?
Was that a
CT and MRI scan?
I had a CT scan.
CCTV
Recently.
is not the same thing.
No, not CCTV. I had a CT scan recently for an issue, right?
On your lungs or your shoulder?
No. They covered everything.
Oh, so
they took a wide shot.
I mean, they cost about 20 grand.
I said,
that's impressive.
No, seriously. I said, while you're in there.
Oh, yeah, and that's the way hospitals operate, yeah. While you're in there,
trust me,
give it a full scan.
It's VHI. It's covered in our mental health. It's covered in our insurance. And I said, while you're in there, and it went back to the doctor, and he said, do you? And I'm like, I don't really smoke anymore. And he said, do you smoke
20 a day?
I don't smoke 20 a day. Jesus, no. I mean, at tops at the moment is 3 a day.
Okay.
Seriously,
you can't prove it. But I know you've been saying that forever, and I witness you. I've been around you in the last few weeks when you have been
make me smoke. You make me nervous. There's a few people that make me smoke. Anyway, he said, if you smoke, you wouldn't know. Your lungs are completely clear. So if you want to donate them, off you go.
You can do penis donation. That is a fact.
You can do that. Yeah. You could have. Do you have one attached to your head?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
I was going to ask you, do I have one attached?
Okay, let me just throw it around, throw it back. And so I'm
so you're a no.
So things have gone really bad. The doc says, listen, I got to give you a straight call. If you don't get a kidney, you got like maybe 24 hours to live. And I'm going, who brought the guy in from Brooklyn? ring your brud. Ring your brud, say, hey, brud, can you give me a kidney? So I ring you. What do you say?
No.
Is that because of the previous conversation? Yes. Shit. Why did I do that?
You expect me to be remotely empathetic towards you on the back of the fact
that's why I wanted to show the people that there are big differences between us as brothers. That even though we're brothers, you're empathetic and I'm pathetic.
Well, I'm empathetic to the point of
would you give to one of your sisters,
but not to the point of stupidity, where you've played your card, right? You've just shown me where you'd stand on it. So no. I mean,
okay. What if
my sisters are listening? I would obviously donate to them. But
would you? One each.
Well, then I'd be dead.
Would you give one to Gráinne or Miriam if they asked for a kidney?
Yes.
Would you? Mm-hmm. Would you give one to one of my kids?
Yes.
I should be doing a list, really. Okay, Beatrice, Luca?
Of course, yeah.
Wow. So, am I the only one not on that list?
Yes. I mean, you basically excluded yourself from that list. You would have been on the list up until 20 minutes ago, but now you're off.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, there you go. Sorry, the other thing is, and I don't know about this, I need to check this. Can you sell your organs online?
Not in Europe or the Western world.
Isn't there a dark web organ?
There is, like, you can go to China and you can do deals.
Right. And
people in America, I think, do sell their organs.
Like, what would you get?
I don't know. I'm not a dealer of organs.
Yeah, but I thought you had your fingers in loads of pies.
not in the illegal trafficking of human organs, no.
I wonder what you would get. Like, if somebody offered me 250,000 for my kidney, I'd probably have to think about it. Yet I wouldn't give it to you.
Jesus.
So that's the value on which. So that's your tipping point,
Oh my God.
right?
For everything.
Everything is just two. If it's 250 grand or above, I'm all in.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely at the table. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay. I don't really know how to respond to that. Really.
I think everybody would be the same as me, really.
Really.
Yeah,
I think you might find that there's a lot more humanity in the world.
Not the way I'm looking at the world at the moment. There isn't.
Comment, subscribe.
So do we need to? Will we park the organs?
Yeah, I think it's an issue that hopefully we don't have to butt up against.
Yeah.
But wow, yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least we're clear. At least you're going to save yourself a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good. You know what I mean?
Or cost myself 250,000 because I'm assuming that's the alternative trade-off, right? That if you wear a match, I'd have to find that money.
Trust me, I do mates rates.
Oh, do you?
Wow.
What's that then?
20 grand off the top.
All right, nice. 230.
Yeah, anyway, we've established that. And if anyone does want an organ for 250,000, just slide into our DMs.
Jesus.
Yeah, and we can see what we do. How long, again, I know you're not a doctor, so I don't know why I'm asking, but I'm just wondering, how long between me saying, take it out, doc, and it being taken out, and then you can just go back to your normal life? Like if you were giving an organ to somebody, how is the whole process?
Well, I think it's. I mean, I remember reading about it before, where siblings, clearly ones that loved each other,
Yeah.
had gone through such a donation, and I think the recovery time is quite a few months.
Months?
Well, definitely
300,000 now.
the donor, the receiver has got to his body's got to adapt to it. But
Yeah.
then the donor's got to work a bit harder. So yeah, I think it's complex. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
But I think look, there's nicer topics to talk about too, right?
Is there?
Well, yeah, I think interesting times to consider away from donation. What else have you got for me? Surely you've got something else other than this.
Well, Rebecca had an idea for the meal. Do we do the meal or the conspiracy?
I think we should talk about conspiracy because we keep saying
Oh,
we're going
yeah.
to talk about it and we haven't
Okay.
done it yet. So we can do that maybe at the after show or at the end of the show.
Yeah.
But I love this idea of a favorite meal, but it's not like best Michelin star restaurant in the world,
Yeah.
celebrity guest. It was actually just a meal that really still holds true to how the good feels. Great food and who is your company. And I think I actually was thinking about it last night. I think we all have a meal that was one of our favorites. So I'm posing that question.
Yeah. If you want to go in there first. I have a few I'm thinking about.
I think if I think about the taste of food and the enjoyment of it, I spent a few weeks in Japan in 2019, and I was living with these samurai monks training in the mountains of Shanghai, right? As you do.
As you do. We've all been there. It's just like being in the Boy Scouts.
And it was a pretty mental experience. And during that time, we weren't allowed to have access to our phones, our watches. We weren't allowed to look each other in the eye. You weren't allowed to talk. You were woken up at all times during the night. You were constantly being disorientated, and it was a very unpleasant experience. where we came pretty close to dying a few times. And at the end of it, they say, "Okay, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna eat food," and then we literally are still not allowed to look at each other. And then this guy, the master, who is the head of the samurai tribe, says, "Okay, now it's all over. You can stop." So we could all look at each other for the first time. We could all talk, and then we sat down. We had some food together, and that was unbelievable meal because I was starving because all I'd eaten for about 7 or 8 days before that was one rice ball every day and water. So it was very tasty. I was very happy to eat.
Could you look at the other guys? Or were you still not allowed to look at them?
We were allowed to look at them then. You're like, oh, okay, here you go.
Okay.
We could look at everybody. We didn't
And
really
could you talk to them?
We could speak to each other. I realised then they were all Kiwis and Australians because I didn't even know what they sounded like or where they were from.
Well, I suppose. How can I? Well, I remember I was up the Amazon
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I just...
with the
Is that a pub in Black Rock?
with the troop of
gonna-
strip teasers from. No, mine isn't as exciting, but I just always loved. We had this meal in Orlando. in a steakhouse. It was just one of those moments where everyone was so happy and the kids were there, and my mate Kieran Schneid was there with their kids. We were spotting celebrities in this restaurant. It wasn't even that expensive, but somebody had spotted Dustin Hoffman in the restaurant at the toilets. So I think it was Alex or something. But because of that moment, I then started spotting celebrities everywhere for them. So I go, oh my God, Al Pacino's over there, and everyone, oh, Robert De Niro's over there. But the reason I liked this was they treated this steak restaurant as if it was a Michelin star #1, and it wasn't. But when everyone ordered, so there was like 8 Irish at the table, they brought all of the steaks under, the way they have what's the things they have over the plates?
The tray.
The little cover. And then everyone at the same time. And he went, lift. And like little kids were having little, and they lifted them all. And then he went around and said, is this the way you ordered your steak? And I went, yeah, I think it is. And then he takes a small knife and he just cuts slightly into the steak and then shines a torch in and says, is this the way you ordered? And at that stage, you're not going to say no. And he even went around the kids. The kids were having like little burgers, and he still cut them. He was perfect with the white gloves. Is this the way you ordered? And it was just one of those meals that you just sort of remember,
That's the way dinner is in my house most
Is
evenings.
it?
Yeah.
Was it the best meal ever? No, I don't know. I don't know if it's the best meal, but it was a memorable meal,
But I don't think the best meal. I've been lucky to eat in some incredible restaurants, but I don't really hold great memories of the food or the restaurant. I think you really always hold memories of the people or the experience. I think that's the value rather than the.
I still remember a great lunch that I had on my honeymoon in it was just down from Cannes, the next town down. Can't remember the name of it. And it was
Can't.
Cannes and Cannes, and it was just one of those really good lunches. I remember having the veal Milanese. I remember having this fresh shrimp for starters. We shared some sort of a pudding for dessert and wine, and it was on steps. So there's these little steps at the back of this town, and only one table would sit on the step. Bit like years ago when we were in Malta. Remember that bar that was on the steps?
Yeah.
And there'd be table in this. And I just remember everything being sort of perfect. And I always remember that. And then watching out the boats going out and that. But it was nothing even to do with that. It was just the fact that it was just a pure moment of perfect happiness,
I don't think it's ever the meals that you think would be, when you're like going to go to the best place with the best it's never really that. It's always the ones that are randomly a joy. It's the warm and fuzzies, isn't it?
It's the emotion, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the emotion, it's the people you're with. I think I always think I'm very privileged to be able to have dinner when I see Beatrice and Lucas sitting around the table. We've had a year and a half where he's lived in different countries, and we're going to be living in different countries again from September. So I've become those simple little pleasures. I'm very grateful for.
See, they do say that if a family that sort of eat together, stay together, and there's so many families, obviously life is crazy and busy, and people are coming and going, and there's schools and all that sort of stuff, and they don't get the time, and people are eating different types of meals and different types of foods, and that sort of family sit around the table at 7:00 is you see it a lot in articles and that it's sort of going. People are losing it, and some of them are taking their dinner to their room, or I'll get that later because I have to study, or I'm playing football. And I think if you could get a time as a family just to sit around a table for 40 minutes and just try to find out what happened to everybody today and in their day and what's coming up and bits and pieces like that, it's really valuable. It's valuable time. I don't think we do it enough anymore. I blame the design of kitchens. Everybody now has to sit at an island,
Yeah.
That's my meal.
So, let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
What meals are important to you? We'd love to have feedback. You can hit us up on socials, on Instagram. You can reach out to us on the show. You can reach out to us on our personal Instagram handles. We'll have our after show coming up where we'll get into talking a bit about Bex, and we're going to do conspiracy theories.
Are we okay? Yeah.
You have time to do that now if you want.
Do we? Okay.
I know.
Yeah, you've got about 7 or 8 minutes.
Somebody keeps shutting it down all the time.
Okay.
you have
Well, yeah.
some.
Apparently, somebody said nobody's allowed to talk about conspiracy theories. So, conspiracy theories, right? Look, Terry is the lord and master of conspiracy theories. Terry is, if I didn't know better, he probably thinks I'm actually already being replaced. I'm probably some droid. And everybody's listening to this. Unfortunately, not everybody is listening to this, so we'd like more people to listen. So spread that conspiracy theory. Like, subscribe, and follow.
Terry's on tech here, and my favorite conspiracy theory, which happens all the time. There's a sunny day. There's a couple of these crazies, and I'm happy to call them crazies in Ireland. And it's the chemtrails, the chemical trails, right? So there's this theory called the slap theory, which means that the vaporizing trails you see behind airplanes on clear days are vaporizing trails behind airplanes, but they're convinced that they're actually chemicals that have been dropped down onto us and they never really say why, but they're really convinced. There's one guy down in Wicklow, and he's out with his camera all the time shouting, "That's it, look." And then he'll go see that plane, like it looks like a Ryanair, but it shouldn't have taken a left. It should have taken a right, and that means, they're dropping chemicals. Does nobody see what's happening? They're dropping chemicals on us.
Well, maybe it makes you into a conspiracy theorist. Like maybe they've just had the chemicals consumed first. We're all going to eventually have it.
Have what?
I don't know. Whatever it is.
But they don't know why so they can't work out why. Okay, they're dropping chemicals on us again, which they're not. But none of them can actually say why they're dropping chemicals on us.
But I think it's like the whole idea. It's always they do this, they do that, they do that. And I think, look, there are strange things in the world, and people do have, their own interests. And I think the reality of money and power and corruption is real. I just don't think it's necessarily being instigated or facilitated by Ryanair dropping chemicals or aliens telling
They're more
Donald
likely
Trump
to
what
drop
to do.
bags. They're more likely to get rid of luggage 'cause it's weighing
Or
down.
it could be.
Well, there's a conspiracy theory going around at the moment that Ryanair staff are getting paid a bonus every time they capture a bag as you're queuing to get onto the plane.
But they are. Michael
But there
O'Leary.
you go.
I
You
mean,
see,
they
the
are.
conspiracy theory started and then it was proven. So
By
that's-
Michael O'Leary. That they actually, but not to the extent that they said, but they do get a bonus for
But he said, very honestly, this is not about weight or fuel or cost. He's like, it's about efficiency. He's like, why do fucking Irish people bring so many things when we just want to get them on, get people off, clean the plane? It's a business model. He's like, get in, get out.
But it's also his fault. So
I love Michael O'Leary.
So I was flying a couple of weeks ago on Ryanair, and you're allowed to bring on a 10K bag, right? Which is fine. But everybody brought on a 10K bag, and there's not enough space in the overall.
But you can put it under your feeties.
But you can't put the 10K bags on your feeties. You can just put your handbag and stuff. And they were basically taking people's bags. Like there was panic on this plane because he was about to lose his slot for flying out. And they were taking bags from the back and finding places to where they'd fit up the front, and there was people shouting and everything. And of course, then when the plane landed, the people down the back were running to try to get to the front and people were stopping. They go, "No, there's a system in getting off a plane," and it was just pure chaos. So that
yeah, I think with
very
Ryanair
annoying. I get very annoyed.
On flights, I always try to get on early so that I can dump my bag. And there's a trick, right? If you're getting on at the front, the minute you can find a place to drop your bag before you hit the emergency exit in the middle row, you put it in because you have to walk past it again anyway.
True. Yeah.
And if you get on the back, the minute you get on the plane, find the point to drop it because then you're going to have to walk back out and go past it.
That is the most sensible thing that you've said since this podcast started. Yeah.
Can I have your kidney now?
That's a great. No, you're not having my kidney.
Jeez.
That's a great idea. So even if you're in row 17, you get on early, stick the bag on the way out.
Just stick it right early, and just be mindful that once you go past the middle, right, then you're into the wrong end of the queue. So you don't want to get that bit wrong. But you just get on early, you drop it as soon as you can, and then you pick it up when you get off. So don't sweat about it being over your head. Just know that it doesn't interfere with you getting off the plane because you have to walk past it.
Could you leave it in so you wouldn't hang on to this for a while?
I've seen them do that. They do at times take a couple of bags into the front of the plane, but they have to take off quickly.
To get the weight.
I've actually seen them do that.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Sorry, was this a conspiracy theory? What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
My favorite conspiracy theory.
We all have a favorite.
I don't know. I mean, I do like the whole idea of the aliens, and I do think that.
What is that conspiracy?
Well, that the Pentagon have come out and said that there's aliens. The Navy and the U.S. Navy have come out and said there's aliens. There's lots of videos of these things flying at extraordinary speeds and not being able to navigate with normal levels of propulsion. So, I think this is an interesting topic, but I also think it's potentially a distraction mechanism. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump... Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump comes out soon to identify aliens. Because, the whole thing was that they went to war in Iran to get over the Epstein thing. Oh. And then Melania had to come out because the war in Iran was going bad and re-mention Epstein because they were obviously like, it's better off to talk about Epstein than Iran. Jesus. So the next thing is, will they just go, we're going to release the files. Like yesterday, he agreed to the medical trials on psilocybin, magic mushrooms.
Yeah, okay.
So he's doing mad stuff wherever he can. I'm not saying that's wrong, but it's not the kind of thing that normally happens. He's doing things right now for big hits on the media to stop people asking him about the Epstein files.
I'd say in a back room somewhere, Trump is sitting with J.D. Vance and he's putting on a little suit onto J.D. Vance going, just go out and go, E.T. phone home.
Oh my God.
And they're going to bring Vance out as the first alien. But he'd be dressed up and he'd be
Put
on
his
the
makeup on as he
he'd
as
be on the little
eyeliner.
basket of a bike. You remember that in E.T.?
Yeah.
And Trump will be cycling it.
That's kind of kinky.
That's cool.
yeah. And it'd be little JD.
We should talk in the after show about, you've seen all the Lego Iranian propaganda videos.
No.
Oh my God. Okay, we have that in the after show.
Okay.
But can I leave on this?
Yeah.
Wasn't it, and correct me, maybe I'm wrong about what a conspiracy theory wasn't like Holocaust denial a slight, like there's a conspiracy that never happened? Wasn't that, am I completely off kilter?
Yeah, there is absolutely conspiracies that the Holocaust didn't happen. There are people who believe that. I mean, despite the fact that there's, obviously harrowing accounts of it and evidence. But I think look, everybody wants to believe that somebody's ruling the world and it's at their personal behest. They want to blame somebody, but in reality, like, you know what? Everybody's just trying to make money and.
But Colm's trying to make money from your organs.
Once a bunch of people conspire together to create a story that doesn't necessarily have any level of fact in it,
Pizzagate.
But it can repeat again. I'm thinking of Flat Earth as well.
Flat Earth.
The Flat Earth is a big one, and Emmanuel Macron's missus.
Yeah.
Or Mister, whatever she is. He is.
Strong right hook. Strong right hook.
Yeah.
Very strong right hook. We've seen her take him down.
We see, yeah. So it's like anything, but it gives people a sense of ownership for their own lives, apparently.
But I think the Emmanuel Macron's wife issue, though, is principally around the fact that there's a big problem that people have with the fact that he's gone out with this much older woman.
She was a school teacher.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I think that's the obsession, right? It's like older women having power, having influence, they should be all, suppressed to, retirement homes. Yeah. And I think there's a genuine hatred towards the poor woman just because of her age.
It's complete ageist. Whereas as if that was a lad and it was a sugar daddy type scenario,
people would be going, oh, well done.
But she's so sexy. Like all these Michelle Pfeiffers, all these women of Hollywood who are now a little bit older, they're so fucking hot.
Michelle Pfeiffer, my God, she's in that new TV show now.
So good, that series.
I haven't started it. I've only just
Something Goes
read
Broke.
about it.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's an OnlyFans. Elle Fanning is in it as well, isn't that the one?
Yeah.
OnlyFans. Anyway, it's good. I'll find the name so we're not just talking about something no
one
knows.
But you have the name for the
I will.
after show.
Yeah.
But what if Emmanuel Macron's wife does?
What?
Have?
I have a heavy jawline. I don't have a penis.
No, I know, but there's pictures of her bulge.
My wife is a heavy jawline as well.
That's very attractive in
Well, hang on a second.
I gave my son a heavy jawline, so it's great.
I have a heavy jawline and I do have a penis. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that.
You have a lot of jawlines.
Jawlines. Yeah. You're definitely not getting the organ. So
I think that was already decided.
Okay, no, the price has gone. The price is right. Come on down. Yes, subscribe.
Margot's Got Money is the series.
All right. Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
There's a new one. Sorry, there's a new one as well from the guy who made Yellowstone, where she's
Elle Fanning? No, Michelle
Pfeiffer.
That's meant to be amazing. That looks really creepy.
Yeah.
Can we find that one as well?
Sorry, I told you to watch Love Story as a recommendation, did you?
I haven't gone there.
She moves from the city out into the
and
big
her friend
country.
kind of saves her in a moment of crisis.
Yeah, because her husband dies or something.
That's it. I saw. I think there's more to that. I think there's more to that. Did he die or did he? Yeah, there's more to that.
Okay.
God, there's a lot to watch, but we don't know the name of that one.
No.
We'll get it for Sunday's after show. So subscribe, Send us a DM. Send us anything you want. Just don't send us your organs. This is Not So Christian Brothers. We are two brothers. I'm Colm Hayes.
I'm Justin Caffrey.
Yeah, we'll catch up with you on Sunday.
We'll circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back.